The soldiers hadn't touched the water at all, yet they pretended to bathe with great earnestness, but even this clumsy deception was enough to make the negotiating officer in the distance gaze on with envy, wishing he could snatch the bathwater and drink it all in one gulp. They hadn't had a drop of water in 7 days, and they just suffered a defeat, but the typically arrogant German officer still insisted they surrender their weapons, and permitted them to take a portion of the water. The squad leader thought he'd misheard. Unable to comprehend their current predicament, he turned and walked away, ending the negotiations. But shortly after returning to camp, the Germans launched another attack. Though the squad was down to just 6 men, they leveraged their advantageous position. Despite the enemy's numerical superiority, their soldiers were severely dehydrated, rendering them incapable of effective combat. They merely charged forward one after another to their deaths, quickly routed by the squad and fleeing in disarray. The German officer realized this was unsustainable, and was forced to resume negotiations. Yet his arrogant demeanor provoked the soldiers' resentment. One whistled as he stepped out of the trench. Then, before the officer could react, drew a knife and plunged it into his chest. He then disarmed him of his sidearm, and shot the soldier holding the white flag dead. But before he could retreat to camp, a German bullet struck him in the chest. He drew his last breath before everyone's eyes. Now the squad had only 4 men left. Immediately after, under relentless enemy mortar fire, 2 more comrades fell. Their ammunition was nearly depleted, but before they could catch their breath, the Germans charged once more. Realizing their certain death, the squad leader leapt onto a tank for a final stand. But in the next instant, they saw the enemy advancing unopposed, guns raised as they approached. Only then did they grasp the truth. The Germans, exhausted, had come to surrender and beg for water. The leader started to warn them the well was dry, but just as they gloated, the next scene left them utterly speechless. The shelling had accidentally blasted open the well. Before they could process their astonishment, they seized the opportunity while the soldiers were drinking to confiscate all their weapons and ammunition. In the end, hundreds of German soldiers became their prisoners. When friendly forces arrived to reinforce them, they witnessed 2 men holding 37 prisoners captive, a sight that seemed utterly unbelievable.